What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Outside Line Media, and today we are talking about a pretty good race.
Really
Solid
good
like
race.
7 or 8 out of 10, I'd say, by F1 standards. It was a really good race.
Yeah, really good race at Austria Red Bull Ring. Um,
Max
not a lot
losing
of
the championship on home soil. I think it's championship over for Max Verstappen officially now.
yeah, I would agree with that. Did you see the video of pre-race the F2 car on the tow truck knocking over the big banner?
Yeah, I was wondering where that banner went during the race.
Yeah, I got knocked over by an F2 truck, but yeah, exciting race. Had action almost the whole time. The McLaren boys, nice little battle from them.
Could have done with a
Oscar,
better
Oscar,
ending, but
yeah. Unfortunately,
just
uh,
McLaren being McLaren with their strategy.
yeah, but I mean, they still got the 1-2. You can't be upset as a team
Yeah, and
about that,
I doubt they wanted Oscar fighting Lando at the end.
especially because early in the race, Oscar almost killed Lando, locking
I
up his
wouldn't
brake.
say almost killed him, came close to killing him.
Brother, he was a quarter meter away from murdering. Um,
That's what makes him the GOAT.
Jesus Christ. But yeah, it came out Lando, Oscar 1 and 2.
Great drive
Charles
from
and
Lando. Really
yeah,
controlling
great.
drive from him.
Yeah, just maintain the gap the whole time. Consistent. Not much more you can ask for from him. Oscar had made the battle at the beginning. Um,
He was
Interesting
told
call in the pit
very
cycle.
kindly to not battle anymore. I think
Yeah,
the
after he
exact word was like, that was a little bit too fine of a margin for our taste.
yeah, and it was, and you can't blame him. You got it.
Yeah.
Not a lot of teams will let them do that. It's a symptom of having two number one drivers on your team.
Yeah, I mean, they were
It's
also
just what it
still
is.
gaining time on the field, so, like,
Yeah, yeah, but yeah, I mean, in the end, they ended up 20 seconds ahead of everybody else.
yeah.
But Oscar at the end looked like he might have a chance, but
McLaren kind of screwed him
Franco
on the tire delta, too.
and also Franco did Franco things, and
Alpine found a way to fuck him over one last time.
yeah. But really interesting race. Really started off hot with Kimi Antonelli getting a little bit too excited
Mm-hmm.
on turn three, two,
Turn 3.
turn three.
It's the second real corner, but it's technically
Yeah, I
turn
just couldn't
3.
remember what the yeah turn
Um,
three and missing his breaking point, locking up, going straight through a gap, and somehow just perfectly clobbering
Shout
Max
out the British
Verstappen.
media for hating Max Verstappen. The amount of like headlines that I saw from like Daily Mail and stuff like that talking about how Max called Antonelli a fucking idiot when he didn't know who hit him when he said, I got crashed, fucking idiots.
Yeah,
Um,
they
was very
he literally
chill and was consoling Kimmy after the
yeah,
wreck.
and then Kimi class act move. I'm sure straight after the medical center went straight to Red Bull Hospitality to apologize. We know that Max has a sweet spot for Kimi and any of
All
the
of the
younger drivers,
rookies. He's such
really.
a nice guy to the rookies, and that's it.
Now, let's be honest. If that was George Russell, it was going to be a UFC fight in that lawn
I wish that it
because
was George Russell. I would have paid this, bro. I would have gone pay per view for that.
if it was anyone but a rookie or Charles, it would have been a bloodbath out there.
Yeah,
Um, Speaking of Charles, good result from the Ferraris with the 3-4.
I mean, basically a
They,
1-2.
yeah, for them, yeah, this year.
I just mean
They kind of
McLaren.
neuter Lewis Hamilton. Pin him on
Yeah,
when
they
he was
boxed
clearly ready,
him when he could have gone long. I don't
but
know if
it
he
is
could
what
have
it is.
made the one stop work, um, but he might have been able to extend it to where he was in soft range.
Yeah, and
I
have a good. I don't
mean,
think that's soft.
he
They didn't have any
finished a
soft.
pit
They didn't
stop
have any
ahead
soft.
of George Russell, so like,
Yeah, I don't. In the end, it just stopped him from maybe having a battle with Charles at some point. Um, it is what it is. Who knows what would have happened? But um, a lot of people. We'll get into this more in a little bit, but a lot of people basically already saying that the podium run at Silverstone for Lewis Hamilton's done, and I don't like that sentiment. Ferrari's been getting podiums. Like, I don't know where this narrative that they're like, I get that they're clearly. I mean, but what Red Bull looks like now, I think they're second fastest at some races. I mean, they go between
They're second
and third
fastest at some, and they're like fifth fastest at some.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
But-
they'll go from being a solid podium contender to being slower than the Saubers. It's just a wild year.
It's a dice roll.
Shout out Sauber for a really good
Yeah.
race too.
Yeah, shout out Gabriel Bortoleto for just a masterclass drive in the 8th.
Did you see the picture of him with Nico Hulkenberg in a towel?
No, and I don't know if I want to.
When, I don't know if it was quali, or yeah, because Nico got knocked out in quali, so it was after quali. Nico was in the sauna or in like an ice bath or something and came out into the garage just in a towel to congratulate Gabby, and he looked so uncomfortable.
That's hilarious. I did see Fernando Alonso and Gabriel Bortoleto celebrating a little moment. Good result for Fernando Alonso getting 7th for them this year. That's been pretty good. But
yeah,
drama off the start too. The Williams, horrible day. Carlos Sainz doesn't even start the race. Formation lap went. He couldn't go. He wouldn't go in the first or something. Pulled it, finally got it moving, got to the pit lane, and the car caught on fire.
Yep.
Doesn't start, and then shortly into the race, Alex Albon had the box for an issue. I don't ever know if I heard what the actual issue was.
It was after a stop. It was like the lap after a stop, and they just said box to retire the car.
Yeah, something they saw on the computers that they did not like. Rough day from them. Rough day from RB as well. Yuki in 16th.
Yuki's not an RB, brother.
Dope. Rough day for Red Bull.
Good day for Lawson. Got his first F1 points.
Yeah, William Lawson, 6th place.
No, not his first F1 points. First points this season.
Yeah, good for
them. He
them.
definitely got points last year.
Overall, a chaotic race. I quite enjoyed watching. Looking forward to Silverstone. And on that, let's look back at our predictions, unless you got any final notes about the race.
Yeah, Red Bull Ring actually producing good racing now that they have fixed. I mean, this is 2 years in a row, so once they finally fixed the track limits issues by putting those gravel strips in, definitely improved the racing because it actually punishes you for going off track. And I think that goes kind of around the same sentiment I have just with why I like IndyCar more is you don't have these bullshit track limit penalties. The track limits self-police themselves.
Yeah, outside of a few corners where, like, obviously blatant blowing corners, but
yeah,
slight miscues will sort themselves out.
Yeah.
And gravel traps are inherently safer than just a concrete runoff because
or sausage curbs.
Yeah, I hate sausage curbs.
Sausage curbs are horrible and they should not be in the sport.
But yeah, I'll start my top 3. I got 2 of them right, and I got them on the money. I got Lando and Oscar, so that's 3 points right there. But that is all I have to celebrate because I did not hit anything else.
I had Oscar winning the race, and I had Max Verstappen and Alex Albon rounding out my podium.
Tough day for you, brother.
Tough podium. Got 1 point with Oscar Piastri being on the podium, though. My hit the apex. I can't claim it. I didn't even try to argue with Ryan. I had Ollie Behrman. He finished behind his teammate in P11.
And outside the points, it's going to be hard to...
Yeah.
If he was in 10th, if you flip him and Esteban, there might be a conversation.
Yeah, but I mean, just full stop. He was behind his teammate.
It is also hard with 4 people DNFing. It's like...
Yeah. And then my miss the apex. It really hit. I had Carlos Sainz missing the apex.
That shit
Carlos,
smacked,
I'm so sorry.
That shit smacked. I had Roger Penske missing the apex, but I actually said Liam Lawson. That was bad. Hit the apex. Isaac Hadjar 12th. Can't argue that.
RP did miss the apex though.
Yeah.
It was not a good weekend for RP. I don't think. Wasn't it a bad weekend? No. What did... Oh, yeah, no, it was a bad weekend for RP. I just remembered the NASCAR results.
Yeah. Give me a point. No, but... Yeah, overall...
Hold on, do we need to Michael Massey this?
What's the gaps?
You got 3 points. I got 2. Oh. Oh,
What's the
shit. What the
score?
hell just happened? It is 33.5 to 35.
Ooh, it's a
Oh,
tight one, boys.
my num locks off. That would be why it's shooting
Tight
down.
one. It's a tight one, fellas. It is a tight battle between me and Patrick. It is lovely. Yeah, let's get into our Silverstone predictions. As I was saying earlier, Lewis Hamilton trying to continue his podium streak. The battle between Oscar and Lando's tightened up.
Timed up by 7 points, I believe. So 14 in all actuality.
Yeah, it's a 15-point gap right now. So really
They
tight
actually
battle.
lengthened that gap between them and P3, which was the biggest critique I had about Lando, and the mistake in Canada. But bounced back from Canada very well, which is surprising for Lando, being able to do that on a race that's on the bounce. So seems like he's kind of figuring his head out a little bit better. I still think Austria's got a good chance at this championship, though.
It's going to be tight all year, I think, and that's great.
Eventually, McLaren has to pick someone, though.
If we can't have a constructor battle, we might as well have a driver's battle. I mean, shit, do they really have to pick someone if they run away from third the whole year? It really doesn't matter.
Yeah, unless the team makes a big improvement over the summer break, but I don't really see teams developing that much.
I think until
I don't know, with Kimi getting a little bit better, Mercedes could start creeping in a little bit.
They're so far back, though. They're like 60 points back.
Yeah. 2 race wins
and that's to George. That's 60 to George.
I think that if they have another crash together, they need to just.
I think that'll be a conversation they don't need to have until they're not 1-2. As long as they're 1-2, they should let them battle it out. It's good for entertainment.
Yeah, but when did McLaren ever care about entertainment? They don't want the IndyCar paddock to be friends.
Yeah, let's get into our predictions for Silverstone. Patrick, what's your top 3? Give me your whole top 3.
In P3, I've got Max Verstappen.
Okay.
P2, I've got Charles Leclerc.
Ooh.
In P1, I have Lewis Hamilton.
Wow. Well,
I have a Ferrari 1-2.
The gap might close this week, fellas. I'll tell you that, because I did not go delusional. I stuck to not bold predictions.
Look, the P3, Mercedes was a piece of shit last year, and Lewis got a win in Silverstone.
P3, I got Lewis Hamilton. I do think he'll continue the podium streak. I don't think he'll win. P2, Lando. P1, Oscar. That McLaren is a rocket ship. Like, I can't doubt it. Like, they're 20.
It's not a rocket ship if they crash into each other, brother.
They're pulling 20-second gaps, brother. It's happened once, and they both.
Are we trusting them to go through cops side by side? We saw what happened last time people tried to do that.
This happened once. You act like they wreck every race. This has happened once, and only one person
almost happened this weekend.
I thought you said it wasn't close, though. I thought you said it wasn't close.
I know, but now it fits me for it to be close, so I'm saying that it's close. Look, wishful thinking on my part. I just don't want McLaren to run away with it, so I'd love a nice little double DNF to tighten up the championship.
I don't like that, but based on numbers, they're rocket ships right now. Their tire deg is
0.
mind-numbingly good. It's insane. And I just can't doubt that they're.
I mean, the fact that Oscar was able to follow Lando that closely and not
without cooking the tires, is wild. Who you got hitting the apex?
I'm doubling down. I've got Ferrari hitting the apex.
You're an insane man. I respect it. I'm also doing a crazy Delulu prediction. I got Gabriele Bortoleto. And he's going to continue the momentum.
I like it.
Off of that good result he had.
Yeah. Who's your miss the apex?
I got Isaac Hadjar.
Oh, not little Isaac.
I like Isaac. So at least if he does good, I'll be happy. And if he does bad, I get a point, you know?
I have McLaren missing the apex. I'm going all in this weekend, dude.
Going all
in. I'm full on delusional this weekend.
You know what? Hell yeah. I like it. I like it. Who's your best of the rest?
I've got Williams.
I got Kick. You're really delusional. Williams coming off a double DNF back to
Yeah,
best of the
dude,
rest.
they'll have fresh engines possibly at a high power track.
We'll see.
I think that could be
Hasn't
good.
Alex Albon not finished like 3 straight races?
Don't
Okay,
worry
I'm
about
shutting
it.
up. I'm shutting
I
up.
don't know the exact stat, but it hasn't been a good run for Alex Albon fans. Did
But
you
yeah,
see that Paul Aaron is on loan for Sauber this weekend for the FP1 appearance?
really, I did not see
So
that yet.
I think this could possibly be Alpine being like, all right, put him in an F1 car. Let's see how he does to see if he's going to be replacing Colapinto or not.
Huh, I like it. That'd be interesting to see.
I rate Paul Aaron pretty highly. I would love to
Yeah,
see him in an F1 car. Just Alpine needs to stop screwing with that driver lineup.
yeah, yeah, I agree. Also, if you haven't seen the RB livery for this week, look it up because my God, is it beautiful. It's done by an artist. Just chef kiss, no notes. I actually, do you remember the livery, Patrick, that I used in Formula Regional in iRacing? It does look very similar to that
It does,
black and
yeah.
white sketch. So I like it. Very very
Who
clean
did
livery.
Oh, I was rocking their Miami 2024 livery in mine, I think.
But
That
overall,
was,
banger.
I have to say, the Miami RB livery from 2024 is one of the best liveries of all time, in my opinion.
Yeah, it was good livery.
Along with
But yeah,
Red Bull's testing livery, where they did like the testing camo on it from like
yeah,
2015 or something like that. Banger
that shit was
livery.
fire. But yeah, overall, a lot of good stuff going to Silverstone. The carry momentum. We'll be watching this
Maybe
from maybe from Mid Ohio, if not a replay. I might be watching it. We'll see. Um,
he's going to
yeah,
be at Mid Ohio chat.
it's 50-50, boys.
Look,
50-50 if I
I'm
make
just
Mid
willing
Ohio.
it into existence at this point.
Yeah. For the news, I have a hurt back, a severely hurt back at the moment, so I am on steroids. So we'll see if they work enough to get me to Mid Ohio. We will see. I'm trying to make it, trust me, because
If
hell or
not,
high water.
Ryan, what
Patrick's
else?
gonna wheel me. Patrick's gonna wheel me around. He's gonna sit me in a lawn chair, and he's gonna bring me a 12-pack every 3 hours. I will be okay.
Look, all I'm saying is if you can't have cake at what is this, 2 o'clock in the morning, be a great
Hell,
pain reliever for you, man.
Jesus Christ. Man, we're excited for Silverstone. Let us know down below what your predictions are.
Where's Lewis
Like,
Hamilton going to
subscribe,
finish this
comment.
race?
Yeah, will Lewis Hamilton continue the streak? I hope he will, personally. I want him to get a race win this year, man. I really do. Yeah.
Has Charles gotten a race win this year?
No, he's not.
No Ferrari wins this year.
No Ferrari wins this year.
We still got Monza
Yeah.
coming up, right? I'm not wild in saying that, right?
I don't think so.
We haven't seen Monza yet. I mean, they can just trim the shit out of the car for Monza.
Just send it.
Just take the rear wing off of the car, guys.
Yeah, they got Monza coming up in September.
Yeah. A Lewis Hamilton win at Monza would be
could go back to back
at
COTA. He could go back to back at COTA. Unfortunately, he won't have me this year to support him at COTA because I do not have the money to go to COTA again. But
and hopefully the skid block's fine.
Yeah,
we'll see. Yeah, let us know what your guys' predictions are down below, and keep an eye out for a lot more content coming up this week. We got NASCAR also racing this weekend. It's going to be at the Chicago Street Course. Possibly the last year the Chicago Street Course is being run. There are rumblings of Chicagoland Speedway coming back. Those rumblings only coming from Carson Hocevar, but he has been visiting.
There's rumblings before that too.
Yeah, but he has posted a lot of pictures, and he visited it the other day. So
yeah, I wouldn't trust Carson Hocevar as a source.
Well, you don't think that he should be a good source for information?
Well, Why are we talking about NASCAR? F1. Have a great week, guys. Enjoy the
IndyCar's
race.
at Mid Ohio. We'll have content from Mid Ohio. If you like F1, you'll love IndyCar. Check it out. Well, maybe don't check out Mid Ohio. Check out the next race in Iowa.
Have a good one, guys.
See ya.